Good evening. I'd like to call Property Management Committee to order. First order is approval of the minutes. I have a motion to that effect.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, first
Guys.
on the agenda is sale of delinquent surplus property. Turn it over to our deputy mayor.
Super. Good evening. Just want to bring you up to date on our process here, on our progress. If you go to the excess property status sheet, the PDF there's an Excel spreadsheet that'll kind of give you a summary of where we are. Those that are in green, Glendale Drive, Factory Road, Dismal Hollow Road, Sand Hill Road, and Holly Grove Road, those have all been sold. The most recent was the Dismal Hollow Road property that we transferred the deed last week. Still no offers on Midland, Baker, and Trimble Road. I expect the Lydell Road to be able to put that piece of property up for sale sometime in the month of December. I believe that's gone through the legal processes, and we'll be good to go to put that up for sale. We haven't had any takers on the Claude Jones Road. We have had a bid on the Coleman Hill Road property of $500. The other PDF in your file, the Coleman Hill Road, has a little bit of a description on that. It's 1 acre. The son of the property owner of the property adjacent to that to the south has offered $500. I took this over to the mayor, and the mayor is okay to accept that offer of $500. And so we're looking for your permission to sell this property for $500 to the bidder, who is a Mr. Willie Clark.
Need a motion on that?
Yes.
Make a motion. That's the Midland Foster,
That is the Coleman Hill
oh,
Road.
the Coleman Hill.
1.3 acres.
Okay.
Is he does he own property adjoining to this site?
It's his mother that owns property adjoining to that.
Okay.
I believe they have,
Several acres.
I think the mother owns 175 acres. There's a very small portion of that which the son owns as well. It's
Okay. Well, is the mother in default on the tax?
no. This actual piece of property was donated.
Oh, okay.
The properties on the top of that Excel spreadsheet, those are the ones that were in default. The other two, Claude Jones Road and Coleman Hill Road, were donated to the county.
Gotcha.
And how long has this been on the market?
About 6 months. We've advertised it about 3 times. Most recently, I sent out a mailer to anybody that had property adjoining the property, saying that we had not received any bids and would be willing to take any offer into consideration.
Just out of curiosity, is the public notified through the website or Channel 19?
We put it on in a legal notice section of the Murfreesboro Post.
Okay.
The first time I do that, I also send it out to all the adjacent property owners within 250 feet, notifying that the property's up for sale. And then I didn't do this with this piece of property because it cost a lot. I didn't know how much we're going to get for it.
Yeah.
It costs a lot to advertise
Advertising
it.
costs more than
So I
what
sent
you-
out another mailer. And now for these other pieces of property we haven't sold, just to let you know, I have a for sale sign. Because I think it's people that drive by the property or adjacent property owners that may be more interested in it. It's going to drive them to a website we have now that we've got listed all of our pieces of property we have for sale. So they can call me or they can email me, and I can direct them to this and discuss in a little more detail about how to purchase
You
this.
said we'd advertised it a couple of times. What do we have in costs on trying to sell this property?
On this piece of property, I would estimate about $50. For the Claude Jones property and the Baker Road property, we've paid about $200, estimate,
In
in
advertisements?
advertisements.
What's wrong with it?
The Coleman Hill Road property, it's primarily rock. It'll have a very difficult time perking. Now, there is no septic system there. There is no city water there.
You do have a motion on the floor
Yeah.
in a second.
We do have a second, or you need a
I
second?
thought we had a second, but don't,
If not, I'll be happy to volunteer a second.
I thought you had before. Any more discussion?
And you said the ones in red are coming in the future?
Right, Lydell Road
It's in Windrow.
and Windrow Road. I don't think we're going to be able to sell Windrow Road. That's still in a legal process. But Lydell Road, I do believe we'll be able to sell, and it should be able to put out on the market sometime in December, I hope. Lydell Road, Baker Road, and Trimble Road, excuse me, Lydell Road and Baker Road and Claude Jones Road, I think have some potential, especially Lydell Road to bring some potentially decent money.
Any more discussion? Want to repeat that motion?
Authorize the sale of 1.3 acres on Coleman Hill Road for $500 to Willie Clark.
Okay, if not any more discussion, call the roll. Oh, yeah,
What, just educate me, what do we have to lose by continuing to try to market this property for another 90 to 120 days?
Not a whole lot. The only thing we want to do is get this back on the tax rolls. This is only 1 acre. It's not going to add a whole lot to the tax rolls, but rather than carrying it and really no interest has been shown in it except for the adjacent property owner, I'm really not sure why we'd want to continue, but we'd be glad to do so if that's what we want to do.
Any more discussion? Not call the roll.
Commissioner Baum?
Yes?
Commissioner Cook? Yes. Commissioner Gooch?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Kaplan?
Yes.
Commissioner Cush?
Yes.
Commissioner McAdoo?
Yes.
Next up is the Jarnett Lane Pump Station property. The city has approached the county and they'd like to purchase a small piece of land, approximately 1,810 square feet. It's on the Jarnett Lane. It's where they have a current pumping station and they're about to upgrade and replace that pumping station. They'd like to expand their property foot around that pumping station to include another 810 feet. They'd also like to purchase a temporary construction easement to that property for a total of $670.
Any discussion on it? The only thing I can remember in that area, I think Commissioner Trey and some of the other commissioners may remember, is that we went around and around with the city of Murfreesboro on the laying out the property with the greenage and all that for that new middle school. I don't know if some of you remember it or not, but I do. We went around and around with them, and now they want us to sell them this property for $670.
For 810 square feet.
810 square feet. How much property do we own out there, excess property that we need to?
It's a small piece of property. It's in a triangle configuration. I'm going to show it to you. Here's Oakland. Here's the Jarnett Lane. And here's the piece of property we're talking about. And here's where the pumping station is located within that piece of property.
And the pump station is there now. They're wanting to improve.
They want to improve it and expand on it.
Okay. And does the county own any of the other adjacent property to that triangle? Or does the city have that?
Some of it's public utility adjacent to it.
Okay.
Be hard for a business to go in there, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Chairman McAdoo, I wasn't around for that previous discussion. Are you saying we had to lay out some money for landscaping or something like that for that
Oh,
property?
yes, most definitely, we laid out some money for landscaping. I don't know, the other commissioners, I think they may be familiar with it, but we had a discussion on the commission floor, I remember that night concerning that. But our only thing I'm asking is the $810 is the fair market price for that property in that area, for,
$670.
yeah.
Did that even pay for the landscape?
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to go with this. How much do we have in it?
Well, it says that it's 1,810 square feet at $11,451 per acre. Is $11,000 an acre the going price out there?
Well, they're only wanting
Yeah, 1,800.
1,800 square feet. They're not wanting the entire
Right.
piece
Right,
of
but
property.
they're saying that an acre is worth 11,000.
Which I don't think, that might be what the fair market value is for a piece of
Right.
property that,
1 acre.
that's,
But that fair market value doesn't stand if you take, and you want 800 square feet of an acre, the value, the.
But they're divided.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No, you can charge whatever you want to. In reality,
I think they ought to buy all of it. Not for that price. I think they were, since, we had put landscaping out there, I think they were to buy all of it.
well, how much? How much is left that we'd like to sell or get rid of?
I don't know how much is left. It does look like it's like 810 square feet is a rather small piece.
Sure do.
But it leaves us with the road frontage, basically.
It says 4,988 square feet.
Where do you see that, Sean?
Second page.
That's with the temporary construction easement.
Okay.
They want to purchase 1,810 square feet. And then they want to have a construction easement, temporary, that they're willing to pay for.
$131.12 temporary. Okay.
Well, I mean, a new pump station's certainly going to benefit all the people around that area. Hard to put a price on that.
But if you would like for us to go back and say, why don't you purchase the entire
entire
piece of
piece.
property, therefore we don't have to maintain part of the property and the city doesn't have to
Right.
maintain part of the property.
And did we ever figure out how much acreage we have there? How big the property is? I mean, you said about 4,988 square feet, but that's just the part they want a temporary construction easement on. That's not the total size of our property.
No, temporary construction easement 4,988. Yeah, I don't have the exact dimensions of the county property there, but looks to me what they're going to purchase is going to be all approximately at least half of that piece of property,
Half of what we
to
have.
include the construction easement.
Yeah.
I like to offer all of it.
Yeah,
See what
I'm
they-
inclined to agree. And the other thing I'm concerned about with the construction easement is, we would want them to replace, after they're finished, we would want that land to be restored back to its original condition, not just left a rocky, muddy construction entrance. If they own the whole deal, then they do with what they want, I guess. But I'm almost inclined to at least come back with a second offer that we would like to entertain a price for the purchase of the whole section and not subdivide it.
I would second that.
That makes sense if we don't have any use for the land. Do we have any plans to use it for any reason?
Not that I'm aware of.
But it is frontage on the Jarnet. I mean, that.
Because then we're
it's
going to be
not
back
like- it's
here
not like it's a nasty
down the
piece of
road selling it
property.
for $500.
Yeah, they'll come
whatever's
back.
left over that's not used.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think we got time to ask that question if they want the whole piece.
So you think they're okay with another, what? I guess it'd be 30 days before we meet again, I guess.
Right.
did you think they have any heartburn on trying to get this done right away, or?
I would just say that to request that the mayor go back to them and see if they'd be willing to purchase the entire
Yeah.
acreage versus a small piece
Right.
of it.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think we need a motion to that effect. I think we just asked you to go back and get that information and bring it back to us. I don't see. But
Okay,
Is that all right?
it's okay with me.
I don't think we need a motion on it, but I guess
Let me make a motion.
either way.
Let me make a
Yeah,
motion
go
that we
ahead.
take this back to the mayor and request the city consider purchasing the entire boundary of the land we own in question. And I guess the next question is, would we be willing to sell it at that same square foot price if they came back? Anybody have any heartburn about that?
Do we have a second on it first?
I'll second.
You got a second from Cliff?
What, how much is the whole,
I don't have that information at all.
Well, he thought, based on the map, he thought it was about
half an acre?
or half of the property. They're wanting, the footprint they want
Yeah.
is close to half of what we own.
And when you say the footprint they
1,810
want, is 1,810 square feet half of it, or is it the, I guess it's gotta be the 4988 that's half of it?
Yeah, see, without having the dimensions on the
Well,
map, we don't know.
I mean, you said half, and I'm wondering which number is half of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at half of of the plat. I don't have the exact dimensions.
I'm just saying, you said they want half of the plat, and I'm just wondering, when you say they want half of it, is it the 1810 that you've got shaded in there, or is it the 4988 that you have shaded in?
Good question.
Well, that is a good question, because if you look at that item on the second page,
What's shaded in is, I believe, is what is the county property, and what's not shaded in, I believe, is what the city either owns and is willing to add.
yeah, they need to buy the whole thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think the 4,988 is the whole piece.
Is the whole piece? Well, then we just need a clarification of their bid, I guess.
My question, what we gonna do with what's left?
Well, that's the thing, if you take that piece of pie they want out, all we have is a ribbon around the outside
That's
that we
all.
can't do anything with.
Can't do a thing with it.
And they'll probably make us landscape.
They probably will.
We may already have. Yeah.
We have a
Are you-
motion and a second.
Yeah. Are you clear with what we
Yeah,
want?
any more discussion? All those in favor, let me know by saying aye. Motion unanimous. Okay.
This is where we get it off.
It's just one more
I won't stop at
thing
9
out our
o'clock.
way.
Yeah, we were asked, why aren't they purchasing the whole piece of
Yeah.
property?
Yeah.
You
Sure.
can't detect the sarcasm when you're reading the quote.
Okay, update on judicial building.
I know, it's okay.
Each month, I believe the mayor provides a little bit of updates. Some of this might be repetitive, but you know that the D&J building and its property has been purchased, and they've been given a lease extension until April of 15. That the Pinnacle Construction Partners have been selected as the owner's project representative. That the Planning and Design Committee was refined. The Grisham and Smith and Partners have been selected as the design architectural firm. On November 17th, request for qualifications and request for proposals went out for the construction manager and project manager. So it's construction manager and general contractor. I expect to get the list back and technical proposals for evaluations by the 22nd of December. The finals will be selected by the 14th of January and will be interviewed the following week.
So they'll narrow the list down January 14th, and then they'll interview those candidates.
Correct.
after
3
that.
candidates will be selected and
Okay.
interviewed.
And what date did you say those 3 candidates' interviews will begin?
They'll be on the week of the 19th of January.
Thank you.
I had talked to the mayor and I asked the mayor include the property management committee members in receiving all minutes from PBA. In other words, I thought that would be nice to keep you up to date, because on financing this property, we want to be the one to take it back to the full board of commission.
Right.
So hopefully, he said that will be done, so in the future, you'll be getting minutes from the PBA board.
Good. As somebody who's spent about 6 years with the PBA, I would like to know a little bit more about what
I
they're,
know,
what they're doing.
yeah. So that would help.
And on December 15th, the Design Review Committee will be conducting a tour of the Birch Building Courthouse in Nashville. They'll leave here at 9 o'clock in the morning to tour that building. They'll come back. There'll be a program presentation by Justice Planning Associates, and there'll be a project visioning session that afternoon by Gresham Smith and Partners for the new Judicial Center, with the whole tour and program ending at 5 p.m.
What day was that?
That's the 15th of December for the Design Review Committee.
Would the entire property management committee like to
Thursday,
be
I think.
involved in that?
I think it's on Thursday.
I'll be out of town.
Be out of town?
We've had a tour of it before.
Yeah, it's been many, many years ago.
Not that many.
several
Not that
years
many.
ago. Well, what I'm saying is, if any committee member would like to go, let the mayor office know, and you can go and tour it.
I think we should be notified.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And that brings us to the next
That's on
item.
Monday.
Monday. Oh,
The Property Management Committee has a representative, either the property management chairman or his designated representative for the design committee, Design Review Committee. And that would be the person that would be attending the December 15th tour. We need to know who that person is going to be for the Property Management Committee.
Well, they did call me on it, and my personal opinion is that the chairman should attend that meeting. And the chairman should be designated throughout this project. If the chairman can't make it or whatever, I think it should be a committee member from the property management committee that attend these meetings. That's my personal opinion, because we're the ones, even though we got all these different departments and these different boards working on this, we're gonna be the final one up there on this money.
Yeah.
And I myself personally don't like it when we get up there and ask questions and we don't have no answers, so. And I have to look to a board that's not even a part of the full commission, so. That's just my personal opinion. And I like to hear from all the other committee members what you think on this.
I agree.
We all in agreement?
I agree. It was kind of my understanding the chair of the property management committee would serve on this.
Who's vice chair?
Do we have a vice chair?
Yeah. You're looking at it. Right.
That would be me.
Congratulations.
And let me bring up this point too, in talking to the mayor now. The PBA meeting is not a closed meeting. Anybody can attend that meeting, any elected official, any taxpayer, anybody can attend and have input to this committee. They just don't have a vote on the
Right.
committee, but they can have input. And I'm pretty sure as we go down the line, we're gonna have more input
Yeah.
from the citizens and from our elected officials, so.
I would be willing to serve as an alternate any time that you can attend, because got a little experience with the building projects that we went through previously.
I think you went through the workouts, didn't you?
That is correct. That is correct. This is not my first rodeo.
Bro, it's not your fault. And I know he did
I'd
a
be-
wonderful job.
it's not your
I
first
did.
rodeo.
No, and
Yeah.
I'd be happy to be back up to you
Yeah,
in case you
yeah,
came
well,
later.
we got a lot of good experience on him, because I remember he was on the PBA board and they done a wonderful job with that workouts, because we ran into several
Yeah.
obstacles on that.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah. So,
Well, I also have a good relationship with Gresham Smith,
yeah.
too, so I'd be happy to serve as a backup.
Is there any more business that need to come before this committee?
Is that it?
That's it. Any more? So we all in agreement that the chairman is gonna be a member of the PBA board, and if he can attend, he or she can attend, then there'll be a backup from this committee.
If it's where I can, I'll go on that tour with you all. But today, I can't guarantee anything.
What time does it leave?
At least at 9 o'clock, for transportation will be provided, and be back at 5 o'clock.
That's all days.
December 15th.
Yeah, that is
On a Monday.
All day event.
Do you need a motion to adjourn?
No.
I'll second that. No.
Yeah, I got a report, quarterly report that I see you spoke to, so. And this is our general capital building program progress report that you received from Lisa. And all that we do is just, approve that we got the report, basically. So do I hear a motion on this report that we received a report from Lisa on the general capital building program
So moved.
progress report? Got a motion?
Second.
We got a second? Any more discussion? I'll let you know by saying aye. So, no other business, meeting's adjourned, and everybody have a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to tell you that.